Hello YouTube, Reddit Math here, and welcome back to Jagged Alliance 2. In today's episode, we're going to be finishing off the city of Drassen and finally getting it under our control. But before we do that, we're going to find out exactly what the Queen thinks of us taking over one of her SAM sites. So we'll go ahead and check out this cutscene, and we'll see what she has to say to Elliot.
What is it now, Elliot?
Your Highness, I have an urgent report. The rebels attacked us at our northeast SAM.
And they were defeated?
No, my queen. Rather, we were. Apparently, the guards were taken quite by surprise.
By surprise? By surprise? Elliot, you idiot! It's a goddamn war, idiot! What's so surprising about being attacked? Oh, I knew I should have sent more forces. Oh, give me a minute. All right, first, send my elite soldiers to the occupied site and reinforce the others. I want anything that flies or moves shot on sight. Now get out of here and see to it that my orders are carried out.
As you command, Your Highness.
Okay, so she's not exactly happy about that one. Understandably so. Now, unfortunately, we are not in a position to train militia right now. We need to get our characters healed up and ready to move in case they need to get out of there. But we're going to end up advancing time probably till about 4 a.m. I'm thinking sounds really good. That'll give us an opportunity to make it like just before daybreak when we're arriving in other sectors.
Progress, no?
You make progress, yes. All right, so we'll slow down time a little bit there, and as soon as we cross into 4 a.m. territory.
I'm all done.
Oh, hey, that was convenient. All right, let's go ahead and stop time compression. We'll get him on training militia. We'll approve the expenditure, and then just make sure all of these guys have got weapons at the ready. Indeed, they do. We're going to go ahead and send them down into C13. So this is our new and improved Squad 2. No rhymes intended. But Ira and Dimitri are going to augment them a little bit, as they're kind of untested in battle. So you never really know. Also, we have the ability to call reinforcements from adjacent sectors. We're going to go ahead and take that opportunity. So if we go here to the sector, we're going to find that militia are assaulting from both the top and bottom of the sector at the same time. So it should be relatively easy for us to sort these guys out. Go ahead and switch to night vision goggles for anybody who's got them. And then we're going to make our way south here. I'm basically coming in just from the center.
Thanksgiving's here. Time to carve some turkeys.
Because we got turkeys to carve, man. The idea being, I don't expect this to be too hard. Of course, the last time I said that was Chesina.
Oh, yeah!
And we all saw how well that went for me. Alright, so Razor has a lever action rifle. It is loaded with like just a couple of rounds of hollow point, which was like all the ammo I had in that caliber that was HP. Then he's going to switch back to just like standard ammunition after that point. We'll get these guys kind of spread out. We'll go into the Flying B.
You got my
Flying
ear.
V, not the Flying B. Flying V, all Mighty Duck style, and see how that works out for us. Get over to here, and then we'll have these guys face a slightly more tactical direction.
Yes?
We did hear somebody over there. And again, we've got these militia augmenting us, so I think we'll be fine. There's basically no chance of getting flanked. That actually sounded like a throwing knife. I didn't hear a gunshot. Ooh.
Hell.
Alright, scratch the whole thing about no chance of getting flanked. Our defenses on the flanks may get annihilated fairly quickly. This is actually going to be an interesting experiment as well, as again, some of the numbers that were tweaked prior to the last episode involved exactly how it handled game speed on not just our characters. Like, you can independently tune your own, like the global clock speed, as well as clock speed for militia turns, clock speed for enemy turns. You can also set that for if it impacts militia who can't currently see an enemy, enemies you can't currently see, all kinds of settings in there. And the reason that I'm bringing this up is largely because I may not have gotten them all 100% right. And so if we see any really weird behavior, it is probably because of that. And so I'm hoping that everything looks fine. But again, if it doesn't, we'll end up sorting that out at a later time. All right, and that should do it for that turn. We're going to just kind of do half moves in order to give us the opportunity to get interrupts if that comes into play. Oh, man. Also, the increased game speed means that a lot more stuff happens a lot quicker. That is a bit startling to me sometimes. Well, there's two more of them over there, too. Okay. So we're going to let these guys do their thing. Hopefully the militia and enemy don't take up too much of their time. I think with the increased game speed, I'm going to be able to just sort of talk through the militia assisted levels instead of doing the editing style that I did in a previous one when we took over, when we defended the Drassen mine. Because our turn comes around every minute or so, and, you know, I'm pretty long-winded, so I think it'll be okay. He'll have enough to take a shot. Let's go for it.
Damn guns.
Too
A knife
bad.
never runs out of ammo. What's
Alright. Razor is not super excited about being forced to use one of those damn guns. But I think it's really going to be the best thing for him here. Oh, man, not enough.
What's up?
Not enough from him either. Unfortunate. We're running out of AP before we could bring these shotguns to bear.
Yeah.
Which is too bad, as they are going to do very good damage if only we could shoot them. Alright, let's get Gumpy up here. Yeah, pistol's kind of the same way. Alright, you know what? We'll leave these guys to the militia, and we'll let Dimitri haul it down here. Going, actually, squat, going full auto. We can get off a 3-round burst. Not quite enough to get it done. What about you, Ira? Same thing? Go full auto. Only a single round. That is unfortunate. She can't shoot at all after crouching. Alright. Well, Razor, you're going to have to bear the brunt of any counterattacks here. Good luck to you, sir.
Who make that noise?
Oh, great. So much for our we'll just let the militia deal with it plan. Hopefully... Alright, he missed. Ooh, he did not miss. Don't die, Razor. I like you. I want to keep you alive. I really do. Oh, man. I'm getting... That was pretty awesome, not gonna lie. Alright. Okay, militia turn. We survived. Let's see how they managed to do. Hopefully thinning out somebody? No, just a lot of misses. It's unfortunate. I did also want to, again, rant a little bit about night vision goggles, as I did in the last episode. So, you know, if you're not interested in night vision goggles, I'm sorry. But the whole whiteout and light and dark kind of thing, kind of a story to tell about that. Like, one of the most, memorable, I guess is the right word for it, times that night vision goggles really came into play for me was I happened to be driving a casualty evacuation Humvee.
There's the enemy!
A casualty evacuation Humvee's security element as the lead vehicle in like a small contingent. Some people had been injured, hence the casualty evacuation aspect and all of that. and I had originally drove the lead vehicle leading a convoy in to get them out of there, and then everything went pretty well in that.
What's up?
We spent a little bit too much time probably with the whole extracting them part, and that is particularly dangerous because the longer spent in place meant that
Yeah.
there was more time for opposing forces in the area to react and to
Wicked.
plan
Present.
for our exfiltration from
You
that
got my ear.
same area. Oh man, you have. Why do you have so little? Did I already shoot with you? I'm so
Present.
confused. That seems really strange to me. So we can't even see this guy. He's just like taking some shots literally in the dark.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's weird. So as we were exfiltrating back out, and like I think we were taking out like 8 vehicles probably by that point. I was driving the lead vehicle in that, and clearly people had noticed we were there as we had taken some small arms fire while we were getting everybody loaded back into the vehicles and ready to leave. And so as I was driving out of there, as the lead driver in a convoy, it was nighttime. I had one of those fancy monocle-styled night vision goggles, which in this game I believe are going to be like Generation 3 or maybe even Generation 4 in this game. We'll see once we finally get to that tech level.
Yeah.
But with driving with those on, it meant that one eye was seeing through the night vision goggles while the other was just seeing normal nighttime. And right about the time that I got to... very nice. Right about the time that I was driving up to like the pool of...
Think my gun's
God,
empty.
be kidding me with this stuff, guys.
Ready.
The sort of pool of light that would be formed by a street lamp on the ground. It does
Yeah.
like kind of a weird thing to your night vision goggles because your eye can see... Again with that, your eye can see in the pool of light.
Present.
Your night vision goggles can see up to the pool of light, but then the light like blinds it. It becomes sort of a hard wall of way too bright to see through. And so you can't see anything on just on the other side of that pool of light. That's kind of a little bit of a weakness to all of that. Really, man, how did we shoot so much at this guy and not do anything to him? I get the feeling we're gonna pay for it. Maybe the 2 buckshot blasts like just caused him to lose all his AP. I suppose that's possible. That would be the best possible outcome, really. So right as I hit the globe of light, it sort of caused the like. Now I was in an area where my left eye was my natural eye, and my right eye was my night vision goggle. I hit a spot where suddenly I was seeing with my natural eye. The night vision goggle sort of switched at that point, like it dimmed greatly, but it could now see the other side of the globe of light, and that sort of revealed that while we were extracting these guys, getting them all loaded up into the casualty vehicles,
What's up?
as is commonly referred to, an improvised
What's up?
explosive device. In this case, a triple stack, you gotta be kidding me here, of
Ready.
155 millimeter mortar rounds had been placed on the side of the road. I had like
Yes.
just a second to react to that,
Yeah.
and they were like just to the left of the road, kind of like on the edge there, on a very small like 1 lane kind of dirt road path
Present.
sort of thing. And when I saw that, I had just a second to sort of
Yes.
jerk the wheel to the right, and then the mortar rounds exploded like, I don't know, probably 18 inches off the side of the Humvee.
What's up?
That felt really
You got
close.
my ear.
It didn't feel very good, all things considered. But, like, we got, you know, just kind of a loud explosion sound, obviously. If you've ever seen a movie that does this really well, I believe Black Hawk Down did a lot of it, where really loud explosions are actually just really quiet, in the sense that when they go off extremely close to you, you now just can't hear anything. And so, you know, it was weird in the sense that there was a big wall of pressure. You could feel sort of the force of the explosion, and then, but it was followed just by silence. Ringing in ears, all that kind of stuff. It eventually sort of...
Hey, blood's pouring out of me faster than I can lick it up.
Oh, I'm sorry, Razor. Don't lick up your own blood. Please. Please don't.
Ready.
That sounds terrible. You don't have first aid. You don't have
Yes.
first aid. You have first aid. Do I want to get Dimitri involved in all this, or...
Present.
You know...
Yeah.
Let's swing Haywire over here.
You got my ear.
And we'll bring Ira up to do the first aid application. Oh, I ran right by him. On Razor. Okay, so that should work. We don't have enough AP for it, though. We'll just face and kneel down, preparing for the next turn.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to get him over here as he has night vision goggles, and so I feel better about him being on our flank. Also, the shotgun is quite
What's up?
strong, and that is likely going to
Yes?
help as well. We can get Dimitri pushed over here. All right, and that should be good. Yeah, so the sort of pressure wave and followed by sort of deafening silence thing kind of happens, and the Humvee came out a little bit worse for wear. We ended up with, you know, the tires not exactly working as well as you would want them to on a four-wheeled vehicle. We did manage to limp back to the base that was nearby, which was our destination, like where the medical facilities were. It's probably a mile and a half away from where we were extracting these people from. So not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
The Humvee was straining, I think would be the right term, to kind of
got my
pull
ear.
that off. And as soon as we made it through the gate, we just sort of pulled over and we let the rest of the convoy actually get the injured
What's up?
to the medical facility that was inside that base, which was still probably a couple of miles further through the gate.
Yes.
But the Humvee, like, I don't think it ever really rode again. The entire like left side of it was pretty banged up. Everybody inside, you know, we all lived. My right ear could probably have done without that, which is interesting. If I painted the picture of that correctly, you may realize that, you know, it was on the left side of me as the driver of a car from the United States.
Ready.
The overpressure largely came in through the turret
What's up?
of the Humvee, which is in the center, and, you know, as the driver to my right, that's where most of the pressure came through. That was the largest impact on my ear.
That was better than Reservoir Dogs, man.
Awesome.
I see a thing.
You do see a thing.
Goodbye.
Good show, Dimitri.
All right, we'll apply first aid automatically, and then I think they're going to want to talk about this sector, as they usually want to talk about sectors. Ira,
You got my ear.
Dimitri,
Yes.
nothing out of you guys. All right, well, they've decided to be quiet,
My ear.
which is fine. We'll go ahead and do our little hotkey dance, and then check out what this sector has
Well,
to...
you'll find a nice bombed-out piece of tarmac here that used to pass for the local airstrip. Believe it or not, there was a time when people used it for pleasure, before the Queen bombed it, that is. You got my ear.
All right.
I got my ear.
And, of course, then they interrupt. All these guys walking. We'll put them, like, down in here. Gonna send... Ira, you come over here.
Yes.
Dimitri, you come over here.
Present.
Go. That's not what I want. Gumpy.
Ready.
Razor.
What's up?
Gasket.
Yeah.
Haywire.
Okay.
All right. Spread these guys out so they can take on rooms.
Yes.
Kind of one by one.
Is good.
So yeah, oh, and I think I learned the hotkey for this. Yeah, X switches places with things that are in your way. Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Little help tip pop up on a loading screen that I saw earlier today. Yeah, so the entire reason of telling all that story was kind of to explain some of the shortcomings that you could expect to find when using night vision goggles. They're not just perfect in the way that they work. There's some kind of technical limitations there, and you know, globes of light like this, for instance,
Is good.
I don't think this is going to be represented at all by the game. I would be really curious if it was, though. Nah, I don't think so. Also, his vision range kind of ends before the light does, though. We need a smaller piece of brighter light, I guess, to really test. But, you know, what I would be talking about here is that through night vision goggles, what you would probably see is just right up to the light. Especially with the type of night vision goggles that he is wearing. Now, your normal eyes, of course, are probably not going to see this area very well, but they'll be able to see all of this. And if you're wearing the monocle, you'll get this through the night vision and then this through your eye, but this is still obscured to both. Right up until the point, usually, that you step into the light, at which point that's when the night vision kind of adjusts for the brightness, and you start to see what's on the other side of it. Of course, she has something to say about Drassen now.
You are aware that I have other things to do, Elliot?
Yes, Your Highness, I am. I regret the interruption, but it is important. Our reports confirm that the rebel party seems to have grown bolder, my queen. There was an attack in Drassen.
An attack in Drassen? They were summarily slaughtered, I presume?
Well, Your Highness, I regret to inform you, but they were victorious. They controlled Drassen, Your Majesty.
They were victorious? Victorious? Controlled Drassen? Ah, Elliot, you idiot! Send my best soldiers after these commandos, and send me their heads when they've finished. Am I making myself clear?
Yes, Your Highness.
All right, then. So the Queen has been getting an awful lot of very bad news this evening, and she's not very happy about that, as clearly demonstrated by the fact that Elliot is starting to get some rosy red cheeks that are a little bit swollen, in fact. He's going to slowly progress throughout the game, as the Queen isn't really going to let up on him anytime soon. That's something just to keep an eye on anytime they pop up, is how much more beaten up Elliot's face has gotten since the last time we saw him. Alright, we do have a bathroom to check here, some potential for first aid. Nope, a key.
Got it.
I believe this works. Oh, I don't want to throw it. I want to put it on our key ring, which is, whoa, that was weird. Which allows us to sort of share keys for our characters. And so anything on the key ring just sort of gets accessed by everybody anytime they run into a locked door or cabinet or what have you. All right, and now we've got...
Welcome to my establishment. I am one of the DeSantos bartending brothers. We are famous Arulco-wide for our drinks.
Yeah, we're aware. What's interesting is there's two of these guys in Drassen.
The best liquor around. Only #1 brand names.
The first one we met was actually his brother just to the south of here. All right, and they've got food and drink and all kinds of stuff. He sells energy drinks, fancy.
Well,
I wonder if those have any like actual bearing on your energy levels or like the amount of sleep you require. I have no idea. I should really look into the food system It's not enabled like it wasn't. We turned it off, or I turned it off in the initial startup of this playthrough. But I'm curious if it has any effect if you turned it off. Like, it seems like if it wasn't going to, they would have removed the items when you toggled it off. But that was not the case. Maybe they just do nothing now. I'm not really sure.
I'm on
All right, and the biggest attraction in this particular sector is right here.
I'm Doreen Harrows, the factory manager.
This is Doreen Harrows, the factory manager. You know what? I don't want to talk to her with Ira. And why don't I want to talk to her with Ira? Because I bet we could get way cooler dialogue with somebody else. I think at one point I've talked to this lady with every single merc, but it's probably been a decade. I've like literally just had a save file where I just repeatedly hired people, brought them here, and went through this. But I don't remember at all what most of them say. And so let's check out what Razor can do with her.
This is a private company. You have no business being here. You'll find nothing that concerns you or your war. We make baseball caps and sweatshirts for a celebrity-endorsed clothing line.
Huh. So these are all factory kids around sewing machines. This is a sweatshop. I think this is like late 90s. Specifically the joke about a celebrity endorsed clothing line. Kathy Lee Gifford was having like a really big scandal. I kind of always assumed it was Target, like that was a joke and a stab at her. I don't know if lots of celebrities have had scandals like that over the years, but that's the one that came to mind to me as a teenager playing this for the first time.
This isn't going anywhere.
All right. So she basically tells us this is none of our business. This is a privately owned business, and you can take your war outside.
They should be in school. They are in school. This is the school.
Yeah. All right, lady.
Look, I've had enough of this. I have a business to run, and I'll run it any damn way I choose. You don't like it? Too bad.
Well, we got ways of dealing with this. Let's see if she can come around to our way of thinking. We're going to be direct one more time.
The Queen will deal with you soon enough. Her word will be final. So enjoy life while you can.
Okay, so that's a death threat. And we've also established she appears to be on the Queen's side.
You idiot!
Okay, her response is, you idiot. Thanks. Well, we're going to let Razor do what he has wanted to do all this time and finally get a kill with a knife.
What's that? Would anybody get offended if I took her ear?
Okay, would anybody get offended if I took her ear? Is apparently his unique line of dialogue. Most people, you know, have like a good riddance type thing. Hunter vest, key, a little bit of money.
Got it.
Oh. Let's see, the key could go in here. Oh, and actually, he didn't even have a... Huh, that's a weird... I don't know if you'll see that in the video, but that's a weird graphical glitch that happens to me every time I'm in the keyring. So we got 2 keys, a little bit of cash. Oh, medkit. I think I remember this medkit. This was often the first medkit that I would find beyond the characters that I came in here with, and it usually came in very handy. All right, some locked doors back here, and I also remember this being pretty good.
Ooh, yeah!
For that exact reason.
Ooh, yeah!
Very nice. So an MP5, 3 submachine gun, mags, and 450 in cash. We're just going to pick up the cash for right now, because I'll just leave the rest for my sector inventory sorting that I will probably do off camera. But that's going to do it for exploring this zone. The only other thing, kind of a, I guess, interesting tidbit, more than it is anything, I don't think there's anything back there.
You got my ear.
Let's go ahead and send Ira over this way. Also,
Yes?
I guess, as long as we're switching everybody off. There are some crates back here.
Nothing.
Oh, man, nothing. I know some of them got something in it.
Nothing.
Also nothing? There we go. T-shirt.
Got it.
Okay. This is a Deidranna Rules t-shirt. Yeah, you can tell you can show your allegiance to the Queen with style. Ever since she acquired power, sport of one of these Deidranna Rules t-shirts at government-sponsored events has become a common practice among Arulcans. Okay, then. Does this work? There we go. Merge items. Knife plus shirt.
Ooh, yeah!
And that gets us rag. So we cut up a t-shirt, basically. You know, we'll head over here. Also,
Yes?
now that she is dead, we work here no more. We can go home. All the kids are real happy. If we'd talked to them before, they would have basically begged for us to save them. So, yeah, they did not enjoy the working conditions that they were being placed under. All right, nothing in that. I just wanted to check it out really quick and give our buddy Razor here time to make it over to the bar. We'll go ahead and buy,
The
and
best
then
liquor around.
don't
Only
need
number
energy
one
drinks.
brand
I would
names.
like a bottle of your finest. Thank you very much, sir. And we are
You
done.
need another.
Yep, you will make it perfect. I get it. Okay, and then if we... No? No? Maybe I gotta put it in my hands. There we go, merge items.
Oh, yeah!
Sweet. Okay, so t-shirt plus knife, rag plus alcohol equals Molotov cocktail. There's not really, I don't think there's a steady supply. I thought there was more than one t-shirt over here, truth be told, but it does not look like that is the case. It's a little unfortunate. If we manage to pick up any other cloth that we could turn into rags, yeah, maybe that's intentional. The Molotovs are pretty cool. Oh, never mind. There are more t-shirts. Amazing. Unfortunately, they're rather big, which is weird because you can ball up a t-shirt and make it pretty small. We'll just drop them on the ground for now. We might turn those all into Molotovs before we're done. And wait until we have ample opportunity before testing one out sometime. For now, we're going to go ahead and just toss it over here. All right, and heading back out. I'll do the inventory sorting and all that stuff off camera, but it's basically looking like out of Meduna, we've got elite troops that are on their way to take on the SAM site that we've taken. We've also now got elite troops on their way to take on Drassen. They're probably 24 hours away, like maybe 21. Actually, they'll probably be there at like 9 p.m. Considering I think it was like a little bit before midnight when she dispatched the ones for the SAM site. So by nightfall on day 24, we can expect them to start showing up over here. And that probably means we need to get real scarce by the time that happens. We do, however, need to patch some people up, at least Razor. Luckily, we do have Ira in this squad, so we're going to put her on doctor duty. We'll let her perform the necessary surgeries. Unfortunately, that does take us down to 1 medical kit, but we have got a lot more first aid than we did the last time. All right. So when we come back, we're going to be making our plans for how we're going to get out of Drassen while the getting is still good, and where we're going to be headed to next. We've got to sort out what our income is going to look like once we lose it, too. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and if you did, feel free to subscribe to see more videos daily. Leave a like or a comment if you have anything to say about this or any of my other episodes, and I will catch you guys next time.